Welcome to the official first video of this channel, of this series, of just my introduction to doing these kind of videos at all. I'm probably going to explain at some point exactly what I hope to gain from this whole process. But essentially, this is for me to track my progress, track my story from here until Ironman in September. When I did the half Ironman last year in October, as soon as I finished, I looked back and I'm like, wow, man, I really, really wish that I had captured just even some of that journey from where I came from absolutely nothing to being able to do the half Ironman. So I don't want to make that same mistake again. This is, if nothing else, it is just a cool thing for me to look back on at some point to say, hey, I started at this point and I've completed this. This is for me to enjoy the process. So welcome to this. I don't even know what it's called yet. Maybe Chris endures, maybe Chris runs, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. So it looks like I think I'll have just enough time to do a 4 mile, 2 out, 2 back little loop. Just gonna stick on a little bit of reflectors and high vis just in case. And I think we will likely just do a, my shins are kind of tight for something, which is weird. I haven't had any kind of shin pain in a while. I'm gonna probably work on just being real easy today. That's what this whole pre-reel block is. It's just exclusively easy. All right, we are done. We beat the light. Beat the dark, I should say. We finished at an average of around 11. I didn't anticipate how hard it was going to be to record while I was running. That's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. But overall, a decent run. I'm pretty satisfied with the way that went. I felt really good. My pace was fast at first too, before I blew my pace running back and forth. So alrighty, so got some homemade huevos con chorizo. It's made with egg whites. It's pretty low calorie for what it is, a lot of protein. Toasted up some tortillas. Gonna have some quick pre-ride meal. So I guess I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about my prior to this, up to this point. I want this channel to be pretty much focused exclusively on fitness. It might end up involving, I have no idea where this is going to go. It might end up involving some other cool things that I end up doing in my life, specifically between now and the Ironman. And but I kind of specifically want to talk about some things that it kind of led me to want to do this in the first place. Sorry, I gotta get my water. So, like I was saying, there's a couple of reasons that I wanted to do this. About a year, well, it was a little over a year ago, I guess. Last year, I decided I wanted to kind of pursue Ironman and that whole process. And I remember, so I just completed, just for clarification, I just completed a 70.3, a half Ironman in September of last year. It's March of 2025 right now. I completed a half Ironman in 2024 in September. And I remember after doing that I wish that I had documented any of the process, just because the whole process was such a new thing for me. So I'd like to do that with this. That's generally the point of this, the whole reason that I'm kind of interested in doing this at all. It'll serve two purposes, the point of this channel, I guess. One will be to document this whole process for myself. The other will be kind of a creative outlet that kind of gives me the liberty, gives me a place where I can use some of the things that I'm interested in and create something, I suppose. I grew up reasonably athletic, but very lazy, I guess, if that makes sense. And so this is it's been a very different life for me athletically for the last year or so. And I'd like to document it. And depending on how far I end up going with it, I don't know, I think it'll be cool to look back on. So we'll hopefully I'll get to do this throughout the whole process, and I'll get to look back on it, and it'll be something one day it's super interesting. All right, so doing about a 30, I think we're gonna do 30 minutes on the bike. We'll do 5 in zone 1. This is just a zone 2 bike ride, so nothing crazy, and then a 5 cool down. So yeah, I'm out here, I'm in my garage. Sometimes I like to put the bike in front of the TV inside, but the weather's finally turning pretty decent out, so I can just open the garage door and right out here. Yeah, this is a little bit different environment than my last training block. I just moved up here, so I'm living in Raleigh now. I moved from Greenville, South Carolina in last year in 2024, and this is a bit of a different environment. Even though I spent half the year last year here, I spent the first half of the year in Greenville, South Carolina, and this is it's been a bit of a ride. We're up here, just like I said, just moved up 8-ish, 9-ish months ago, and really enjoying it so far. The area is really nice, but it's definitely been an adjustment. We've got a little girl, so it's been a good time. I'm excited to try some of these areas out a little bit more. We rode a good bit last year. It's been cold. Haven't been able to take the bike out at all, so I'm excited to take the bike back out and start trying to check some new trails out there. Just opening up the Neuse River Greenway. That's what it is, the Neuse River Greenway. They're opening up a big section of that, so I'm excited for that. I'm super new to this, so I don't know exactly how I want to take this. I think this is, like I said, these are going to be my very first videos, so I'm not expecting them to be much. This is, once again, this is totally for me. Forgot to start my watch. Oopsies. Yeah, so once again, I mean, this whole entire, the idea for this channel is this is for me. I've always wanted to be able to track something like this, and I think this would be something really cool to track, to watch over, and get to go and look back at. So I spent a lot of time on this trainer specifically. Actually, when I first bought the bike, I tried to ride it very first time I bought it, and I hadn't even ridden a bicycle, and I couldn't tell you how long. I first got on the bicycle, and I fell off almost immediately. My feet. I don't know if you've never ridden with strap-ins with what are they called? Clipless pedals. It is an adjustment, and not only that, the bike, it felt super tall and super skinny. So it was a really big adjustment trying to get used to riding a triathlon bike when the last bike I'd ridden was a mountain bike, heaven knows, 10 years ago. So it was definitely a big adjustment, and I didn't even ride the bike outside for the first probably 4 months that I had it, because I fell that first time, and I had the trainer already, so I was like, I'll just use the trainer. And before the race came in October last year, I was like, I might better start spending some time on the bike, getting comfortable with it. And so I ended up finally, after a while, getting comfortable on the bike, and I'm glad I did. It's really nice. It's great. So yeah, I first got into triathlon last year. I had already gone through a bit of a, I guess you could call it a quote unquote weight loss time. I was like almost, I was like 270 pounds at one point, and that was a couple of years ago, and I lost a bunch of weight just kind of casually running a little bit, nothing crazy, just some light running, things like that. And a little bit longer. I found that I really enjoyed the running, and once I lost a little bit of weight, it was a little bit easier to run. And but I just kind of ran casually. I didn't have anything specific that I was pushing towards or working for, and I decided that I forget exactly what it was. I was watching some YouTube videos, and something sparked my interest in the Ironman, and this was last year around January of 2024, January about a year ago. And I remember seeing whatever it was that triggered it, and I thought, wow, that looks absolutely impossible. And for whatever reason, I decided that I wanted to say that I was going to do it. I wanted to try it, and up until that point, I'd done a pretty good job at starting a bunch of crazy things and never really pulling all the way to the finish line. And so I told myself, hey, I'm gonna do this all the way to the finish line. And oh my goodness, the half Ironman that I did in September, it was incredible. I'm the full Ironman next September, or I'm sorry, not next September, this September. And I'm just ecstatic because I gained this newfound confidence whenever I actually completed that half Ironman. I realized, hey, all I had to do was just do it. It took me a little bit of time, and it took me a little bit of effort. And once I just put my nose down and said, hey, I'm going to do this, I did it. I've never been more confident. So I'm ecstatic to race the Ironman. I'm racing Chattanooga, Tennessee, 2025 this year. So super excited for that. Apparently a really easy swim, but then a pretty long bike and a pretty rough run. So hopefully that easy swim makes up for it, but I don't know. Alrighty, just a quick 30-minute cool down ride. We are going to finish up with probably just a shower, probably another meal tonight, and that's it for the day. So thanks for coming along so far.